derivatives. Now, differentiation from first principles. This is the basic derivation of a function fx. So when we discussed about derivation at function at a point, that means there is a point, say c, in the interval a comma b, and this is a function we have. So we said fx minus fc by x minus c, and this whole limit, the c has come from the a and b, the interval in which this fx is defined. So we said that this is the whole derivation, and we called it as f dash c, f dash for the differentiation. So this f dash c is the differentiation at certain point c. So we talked about the physical interpretation, the other geometrical interpretation also we saw. So finally it came that f dash x is d by dx of fx. Fx is what? Y. So dy by dx. Ultimately we talked about dy by dx. So what is this dy by dx? When we talked about physical and geometrical, we realize that this differentiation f dash x dy by dx is fx plus h minus fx by h divided by h, and here limit h tends to 0. H is very small, so limit h tends to 0. So this thing we discussed a lot, and then we realize that this whole is nothing but first principle. Okay, this is the first principle, and this is also the differentiation. So whenever you are being said that d by dx of some function e to the power x, so you have to do it by fx plus h minus fx by h. This is the only way. But since we have already done this, that I'm going to tell you each and every function. So whenever you do this differentiation, you don't have to do it again and again by this first principle. So I will tell you all the functions one by one, and we'll use it by, and finally we'll devise that this is the differential of this particular function. So whenever we are dealing with these differentiation or all the functions we are going to take, there are certain things which are going to be very handy. So these are very helpful in finding the first principle example. So sine a plus, these are all the things which we are going to use. So sine a plus minus b is sine a cos b plus minus cos a sine b. This is what we are going to use. So the multiple relationship which I am going to tell you, we are going to directly apply. I am going to tell you, you have to remember all this. Cos a plus minus b is cos a cos b. When left is plus, right will be negative. When left is negative, right will be positive. So you have cos a cos b and minus plus sine a sine b. So cos a cos b minus plus sine a sine b. So there are certain others like tan a plus minus b. So this will be tan a plus minus. I am telling you both plus and minus in the same relation. The denominator will be 1 minus plus, left plus, right minus. So 1 minus plus tan a tan b. Okay, this is the third one. Then the fourth one is, you have tan, this was tan a plus minus b, this is tan a plus minus tan ab. Tan a plus minus tan b. So this will be sine a plus minus b divided by cos a cos b. Cos a cos b. Then you have tan a minus tan b. We have already seen tan a minus tan b, but this is a different way of showing it. So this is also we are going to use sometimes. Tan a minus b and multiplied by, in the bracket we can write it as 1 plus tan a tan b. This also we are going to use. Then sin c plus sin d, sin c minus sin d, and cos c plus cos d, cos c minus cos d, all this we are going to see. So sin c plus sin d is equal to 2 sin c plus d by 2 and cos c minus d by 2. Then we have this sin c minus sin d. So this is going to be 2 sin c minus d by 2 cos c plus d by 2. Please remember, 2 sin c minus d by 2 cos c plus d by 2. Okay. These you have to remember, because until and unless you know this, we are not be able to solve that all the differentiation. Now cos c plus cos d will be 2 cos c plus d by 2 cos c minus d by 2. So this is 2 cos c plus d by 2 cos c minus d by 2, and the other one is cos c minus cos d, cos c minus cos d, and this is going to be cos c minus cos d will be minus 2 sine c plus d by 2 and sine c minus d by 2. Okay, this negative can be taken inside because sine minus theta is minus sine theta. So you can always write it as 2 sine c plus d by 2 sine d minus c by 2. Sine d minus c by 2. Okay. The next one is 10th is 2 sine a cos b. 2 sine a cos b. And this will be sine a plus b plus sine a minus b. 2 sine a cos b will be sine a plus b plus sine a minus b. Then we have the other one. You can have this, we have already taken 2 sine a cos b. So let me take as 2 cos a cos b. 2 cos, there are other also, 2 cos a sine b, 2 sine a cos b also. So we have 2 cos a sine b, and this is going to be cos a minus b. This is for 2 cos a cos b. Okay, this is not for 2 cos a sine b. This is for 2 cos a cos b sine a plus b plus sine a minus b. So just I just need a correction there. The 12th one is limit x tends to a, and this we are going to use multiple number of time. In fact, for the first derivation we are going to use this x raised as n minus a raised n by x minus a and a raised by n minus 1. Now we have sin x. Limit x tends to 0. Sin x by x equals 1. That is limit x tends to 0 or theta tends to 0. Sin theta by theta equals 1. You can also have this kind of where x is not equal to 0, x is tending to a. So sin x minus a by x minus a is going to be 1. Similarly for 10 also we have. So tan x by x, and now limit x tending to 0. So this is going to be 1. And limit x tending to a, tan x minus a by x minus a equals 1. And now we have a to the power x, e to the power x, log x also. So this we are going to use pre-made. This already we have proven. So a raised x minus 1 by x, limit x tends to a is going to be log a. Please remember the base is e, natural log it is. This is very important. Base is e. Sometimes the base may be different. Now the other one is limit x tends to 0. E raised x minus 1 by x. E raised x minus 1 by x equals 1. And the final one is log. This is natural log. Log, base e also you can use for log, for natural log. Log 1 plus x by x is equal to 1. So all these we are going to use directly. And whatever derivations I am going to tell you, these have already come in the examination. All have come in some or the other examination. So you have to be very, very comfortable in solving this in first principle. You don't have to solve it again and again, but I'm just saying that you should know how we have to derive so that you know what we are doing. So d by dx of x raised to n is the first function. It is equal to nx raised to n minus 1. The answer is nx raised to n minus 1. So how do we get to this equality, this relationship? So we will do it by first principle. Okay. So x to the power n is fx. X to the power n is fx, right? And now this n is a real number belonging to a real number, and differentiation of x to the power n with respect to x. Please remember we are differentiating with respect to x. So around 10 relationship I am going to do it by this first relationship. So when we have d by dx of y raised to x, we are differentiating with respect to x, not y. Y you have to take constant. Please remember, here only x you have to control, x you have to do, y and other things are constant for you. You don't have to worry about this. Only see x when you are differentiating with respect to x. So now d by dx of x raised to n is what? See, d by dx of x raised to n is, of course fx is fx plus h minus fx by h, and this is going to be limit h tends to 0. So this is f dash x we are trying to find out, d by dx. So what is fx plus h? In place of x you put x plus h. So x plus h to the power n minus x to the power n. So x plus h to the power n minus x to the power n by h. Limit h tends to 0. This is our first principle. Now how do we do this? The first thing is, you have h in the denominator. You can write this as h, x plus, you can add and subtract x. Now you can cancel it. So h will be x plus h minus x. You can always write it as x plus h minus x. So in place of h, you can write x plus h minus x. So now if you remember, I just gave you certain relationship. This 12th one was x raised n, a raised n, x minus a is n a x n minus 1. So this is going to be, say, assume it to be any variable. Say, assume it to be x only, don't worry. X to the power n minus a to the power n. Here x is a. So, and this x minus a type. So now the same relationship is there. So what is the result? N a to the power n minus 1. As I told you, n a to the power n minus 1. What is x is n here? So n, what is a? As I said, x is n here. So this x is a. So n a to the power n minus 1. So in place of a, you are going to put x. So n x to the power n minus 1. So n x raised to the power n minus 1. Clear? And x plus h minus x. This whole d by dx of x raised to the power n. When we did, I'm giving an example, x to the power 5. How are you going to do this? This is n a to the power n minus 1. N 5 is coming outside, and x to the power n minus 1, 5x to the power 5 minus 1, that is 5x to the power 4. So this is a differentiation you can directly apply. Now same way we are going to do others only. So the second one is d by dx of e to the power x. How we are going to do this? d by dx or e to the power x. So e to the power x is the result. The answer is differentiation of ex is ex only. So we'll apply the first principle, d by dx of fx. We know already how to do this, fx plus h minus fx by h. So I am writing it one more time, but for other 8, we will not be writing it again and again. You have to remember that always we are going to take this relationship, limit h tends to 0, fx plus h minus fx by h. So y is fx, which is e to the power x. So this is your fx plus h means just put x as x plus h here. X as x plus h. So e raised x plus h. In place of x, replace x by x plus h. So e raised x plus h and minus fx, that is minus e to the power x, and then you have h in the denominator. Now limit h tends to 0. E to the power x and e to the power h, you can write it as e to the power x into e to the power h. It is not x to the power h, it is e to the power h. Because x to the power a plus b is x to the power a dot x to the power b. You can always write this. So this is e to the power x dot e to the power h dot minus e to the power x. Now we'll take e to the power x common. So when we take e to the power x common, it will be e to the power h minus 1. I'm writing x to the power h, I'm just going to change it. I'm just going to change it. So this is e to the power h minus 1 by h, and we know that e to the power h minus 1 by h, this also already I told you that e to the power h minus 1 by h is what? Is 1. If you remember, this we did e to the power x plus h as x to the power e to the power x e to the power h. This I already told you. Now e to the power h minus 1 by h, let me take you here. This 16th one, e to the power x minus 1 by x is 1. Limit is x is tending to 0. So just write it here. This is 1. This whole is 1. Okay. What is remaining? What you have taken outside? E to the power x. This is limit x. This h tending to 0. E to the power h minus 1 by h. So this is going to be 1. Only e to the power x remains. So this is how d by dx of e to the power x is e to the power x. This is by first principle. Now coming to the third one, which is a to the power x. D by dx of a to the power x. So d by dx of a to the power x, let me tell you the answer. The differentiation of this is a to the power x log a. But the base is e. This is a natural log. A to the power x log a. E is the base. So now we have limit h tends to 0. I am directly writing it a to the power x plus h, that is fx plus h minus fx. This is fx. So fx plus h is a raised x plus h minus ax by h. Now a to the power x dot a to the power h minus a to the power x by h. Now you can take a to the power x common. A to the power x common, you will have a to the power h minus 1 by h. So apply the limit. Now you know a to the power h minus 1 by h. A to the power h minus, that is a to the power x minus 1 by x is what? Log a. Base is e and log a. So what do we get it? A to the power h minus 1 by h is log a. Just write it as log a. But base is e. Let me just show you here, because we already did this. This is log a. Base is e. So now just replace this. So this is log A, base is E. Please remember the base is E because the next question will be changing now. This log will have an effect. Now next one is, what is the differentiation of log x? So what is the differentiation of log x? Log x, base is E. This is a natural logarithm. So this is going to be 1 by x. How we are going to get this? So same thing we are going to do, fx plus h minus fx by h. So let me write it directly. Limit x tends to 0, log x plus h. Wherever x is there, replace it by x plus h. So log base is E, x plus h minus, this is log x and divided by h. So what do we do? You see, log a minus log b is nothing but log a by b. Log a by b. Okay, log a minus log b is log a by b. So this is log x plus h by x. Log x plus h by x. So log x by x is 1 plus h by x. Log 1 plus h by x you can always write. Okay. So now this whole I am replacing it by log 1 plus h by x. Now we have in the denominator log 1 plus x by x is what? Is equal to 1. We already seen this. So log 1 plus h by x, now you need h by x here. So we are dividing by x, multiplying by x. So now if you see, if you apply the limit h tends to 0, limit h tends to 0. This whole is going to be what? If you take log, this is k, log 1 plus k by k is 1 if k is tending to 0. So this is going to be 1. Only 1 by x is remaining. So this 1 by x is the answer here. Now this was for natural log, d by dx of natural log. What about d by dx of log which is having the base a? Please remember the base is not e, the base is a, log ax, a is the base. So we'll apply the direct formula here. So limit h tends to 0 and the answer is 1 by x log a, base is e. So how do we get it? Limit h tends to 0 and fx plus h minus fx by h. So x plus h, fx plus h minus fx by h. So what is x plus h? Log base is a, x plus h. And you have to write base a. Log a, base a x and divided by h. And since we already saw in the previous question, log a minus b is log a by b. So you can write it as log base is a, x plus h by x. Log x plus h by x. Now you can write it as x by x is 1 and h by x. Always you can write it as x by x is 1 and this is h by x. So log 1 plus h by x. Now base is a. Now if you see log is this base is a. Log base is a and whatever k is there, you can write it as log k goes up and a goes down. So log k by log a. Now you can write it as base e. So in order to convert a log of any base to e, you have to do this. So we can write this as log, I am taking the base e and since it is log a 1 plus h by x, so log 1 plus h by x divided by log a. So now h is there, divide by x, multiply by x, this whole by log. So log 1 plus h by x by h by x, what it will be? If you remember, it's going to be 1. Log 1 plus x by x, limit x tends to 0 was 1. Log 1 plus x by x is equal to 1 when x is tending to 0, or you can write it as 1. What is in the denominator? Only remaining is 1. If you see, remember x is there and log base e a. So this is the final result. So only one thing is the base was e in the fourth and in the fifth the log, the base is a, not e. So you have to convert it into e first, then you will do the final result. Now the sixth one. So d by dx of sin x. So it will be cos x. The result is cos x. So how do we do this? We will use the direct formula. So fx plus h minus fx by h. So sin x plus h, wherever x is there, we are putting x plus h. Sin x plus h minus sin x by h. So what is this will be? Sin c minus sin d formula. As I told you already earlier, it will be 2 sin c minus d by 2 cos c plus d by 2. 2 sin c minus d by 2 cos c plus d by 2. So 2 sin c minus d by 2. So x plus h minus x. X plus h minus x. X gets cancelled. It will be h by 2. Sin h by 2. And what is cos? Cos c plus d by 2. X plus h plus x by 2. So 2x plus h by 2. So this will be 2x plus h by 2. Okay. Now we have already have a h in the denominator. So when you have h in the denominator, divide by 2, multiply by 2. Now this whole, when you apply the limit, sin theta by theta, limit theta tends to 0 is 1. So this goes 1. This goes 1. This gets 1. 2 gets cancelled. Only cos 2x plus h by 2 remains. So now you have to apply limit again here to cos 2x plus h by 2. So this h becomes 0. 2 gets cancelled because it is 2x by 2. So only cos x will come. So this is cos x. Sin x differentiation is cos x. Now the seventh one. So we have d by dx of cos x. Now this is going to be not sin x but minus sin x. Please remember, it's going to be minus sin x. So let us apply the first principle. Limit h tends to 0. So fx plus h, that is cos x plus h, minus fx, that is cos x, and divided by h. Now you have to use cos c minus cos d. Cos c minus cos d is minus 2 sin c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. Cos c minus cos d is minus 2 sin c plus d by 2. That is 2x plus h, x plus h plus x. 2x plus h by 2. And you have sin x plus h minus x is h by 2, sin h by 2. And h is already there. So you divide it by 2, multiply it by 2. So this sin h by 2 and h by 2, limit, you apply the limit, this is going to be 1. 2 gets cancelled, only minus will remain. And sin 2x plus h by 2, then you can apply limit also here. I'm not writing the limit, I'm just telling you. So 2 gets cancelled, so minus sin x. I hope you have to write every step. I'm just doing it fast because we don't need much, we don't spend much time to understanding this. But you have to write each and every step when you are going in the examination or wherever you are writing. I'm giving you just the idea how it has come. Okay. So next one is our d by dx of tan x. So d by dx of tan x. Tan x is sec square x. It is sec square x. Okay. Sec square x is, so we'll apply the first principle, limit h tends to 0 and fx plus h minus fx by h. So tan x plus h minus tan x by h. So tan a minus tan b we are going to use, or rather you can use this cos also. It's easy to make it as sin cos. So tan x plus h can be written as sin x plus h by cos x plus h and minus sin x by cos x. You can apply this tan formula also, but we don't see a need. That is why we change it into sin by cos. Sin by cos. So now just take the LCM. So it will be sin x plus h multiplied by cos x. And here this is done. Now minus other one, cos x plus h sin x, and divided by h is already there. I'll take it some other time. Cos x plus h. Now what is this? Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. And we have seen that this is sin a minus b. Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b is sin a minus b. So just use it sin a minus b. Sin x plus h minus x. So x plus h minus x, x gets cancelled. You only have h. Okay. Now if you remember, there is already an h in the denominator. So I'm just shifting this cos x and cos x plus h. You already have h here. So sin h by h is what? This is going to be 1. Sin h by h is 1. And 1 by cos x, we have already applied the limit for sin h by h. Now when you apply a limit here, h will be 0. Cos x is there. Cos x and cos x is cos square x. So it will be sec square x. So step by step you have to apply limit 2 times. I just, because we are just going through this. Ninth we are taking d by dx cot x is, this is going to be minus cosec square x. D by dx of cot x is minus cosec square x. So we are applying the limit now. So limit h tends to 0, cot x plus h minus cot x by h. I am doing it by first principle, fx plus h minus fx by h. So cot, again change it to cos by sin. So it will be cos x plus h by sin x plus h, sin x plus h minus cos x by sin x. Okay, so now just take the LCM. So this will be sin x cos x plus h. This is cot x, okay? So cos by sin. So sin x cos x plus h minus cos x sin x plus h divided by h is already there. We are not going to write it right now. Next step I am going to write. So we have sin x plus h. Now you see the numerator, sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. Sin a cos b minus cos a sin. What is this? This is sin a minus b. This is sin a minus b. So you have sin x minus x minus h. Okay. So x minus h. X gets cancelled. You get minus h. So you have sin minus h divided by h is already there. I am using this h now. And we have the denominator 1 by sin x plus h. X plus h. Okay. Now this sin minus theta is minus sin theta. So you can take negative outside. Minus sin theta. So minus sin theta sin h by h. And this is applying the limit. This is sin h by h is going to be 1. Minus 1 will remain. What about the denominator? Sin x. And if this is sin x plus h. Put h as 0. So sin x is sin square x. So 1 by, this is sin square x. 1 by sin square x. So minus 1 is there. So minus by sin square goes up. It is cosec square x. So minus cosec square x. This is your dy dx of cot x equals minus cosec square x. So there are around 11 I said. Let us do two more. So we have dy dx of sec x. This is going to be sec x tan x. So sec x x plus h minus sec x by h and d by dx. So that is limit h tends to 0. First principle we are going to use. Now let us change it into cos. 1 by cos x plus h minus 1 by cos x divided by h I am going to take later. Now take the LCM. So cos x minus cos x plus h divided by h cos x plus h. H I am going to use later. H is already there. So cos c minus cos d. Now cos c minus cos d is 2 sin c plus d by 2 sin d minus c by 2. Please remember, it's 2 sin c plus d by 2, 2x plus h by 2 and sin d minus c by 2. So x plus h minus x will be there, not x minus h. It will be x plus h minus x. So otherwise it would have been negative because sin d minus c by 2 we are using. So now we have h already there, divided by 2, multiplied by 2. This goes 1, sin theta by theta is 1, 2 gets cancelled. Here sin 2x plus h by 2. And already we have cos x and cos x plus h in the denominator. Whatever is done is done. Now let us write this here. So let me write it here. So sin 2x plus h by 2. And when we apply the limit, h is going to be 0. So it will be sin 2x by 2. That is sin x will come in the numerator. Denominator you have cos x and cos x plus h. Apply the limit. H is 0. Sin 2x by 2 is sin x. And cos x is cos square x. Cos x is cos square x. So you have sin x by cos square x. So sin x by cos x we can take as tan x and 1 by cos x as sec x. So sec x tan x has come. So this is d by dx of sec x and sec x tan x. Now this is last but not the least. One more we are going to do to complete everything. This is d by dx of cosec x is equal to minus cosec x cot x. Minus cosec x cot x. Why I am telling you all this? Because once you do the problem, you don't have to worry about the first principle now. You can apply the limit, especially in the higher classes. You can just apply the direct differentiation value. So d by dx of cosec x plus h, that is fx plus h minus fx by h. This is fx plus h minus fx, that is cosec x divided by h. Now just convert it into sine. 1 by sine x plus h minus 1 by sine x and then divided by h you have. H I'll deal later. So just take the LCM. So sine x minus sine x plus h divided by sine x plus h. Sine x plus h. So if you see here, h, let us have h also. Now sin c minus sin d. I told you sin c minus sin d was what? Sin c minus sin d is 2 sin c minus d by 2 cos c plus d by 2. So it will be 2 sin x minus x minus h by 2, that is 2 sine minus h by 2, and cos 2x plus h by 2. So you have h here. Either you can have a negative here and multiply negative in the numerator. So minus minus you can have numerator denominator, then you can have 1, or you can take minus out of sign also. So you have this as 1 cos 2x plus h by 2, denominator you have sin x plus by 2, just apply the limit. Negative is already there, I'm not writing negative, I'll just write negative. Let me solve this. H is 0, 2x by 2 is cos x, sin x, and cos x plus h is 0, so sin x will come only. H is 0, we have sin x. So cos x by sin x. So cos x by sin x is cot x, and cosec x 1 by sin x is cosec x. So now let me tell you about negative once again. Sin minus h by 2, when you have a negative in denominator, when you by yourself you have put minus, you have to have a negative in the numerator also. So it will be negative. Otherwise, you can do the one thing, sin minus theta is minus sin theta. You can take minus outside. That is how minus has come outside. So sin minus theta is minus sin theta. This is what you have to do, right? So this minus cos by sin is going to be cot, and 1 by sin is going to be cosec theta. So minus cosec cot x, cosec x is going to be the answer here. So this all, there are around 10, 11 options we have chosen, and this is the final. Okay, we'll apply it directly. So we'll use the later parts, fundamental and questions later. So till then, thank you so much and take care of yourself. This a by b d by dx on in a dot b of d by dx, this is what we are going to take in the next discussion. Till then, okay, keep working. All the best.